Who will win the Game of Thrones? The epic drama returns to HBO in just a few short
Best
weeks.
music ever, but a lot has changed for the Stark children, Sansa, Arya, and Bronn, who lost their father, Ned Stark, Lord of Winterfell in the first season, we know that, and their mother and oldest brother during last scene, now infamous Red Wedding.
What happened to your family was a terrible crime. I didn't know your brother. He seemed like a good man, but I didn't know him. Your mother, on the other hand, I admired her. She wanted to have me executed, but I admired her.
I love him. Well, Sophie Turner, Maisie Williams, and Isaac Hempstead Wright play Sansa, Arya, and Bran Stark. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So for those who have not caught on to the phenomena of what is the Game of Thrones, first season, second season, third season, now going into the fourth, who wants to sum it up for me? There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of violence.
To sum up the whole thing, it's very confusing. There are a lot of different storylines.
Family infighting.
Yeah, everyone's fighting for the throne, basically.
Yeah,
ultimately, that's what everyone's goal is.
So everybody was talking about at the end of last season, this Red Wedding thing. I mean, we set off a frenzy in social media. When you guys were doing this, did you have any idea that this scene was going to just blow up the way it did?
Not at all.
I mean, I guess we kind of had an idea because people had such a strong reaction when the book came out. But, I mean, it was done so well. We had no idea. I didn't see it, so I had no idea how it was going to turn out. But everyone seemed to hate it, which is great.
we actually had video. People taped their reactions, and that went viral. Take a look at some of them. I think Tamron was among them.
I like that people are taping reactions.
I know.
It's the best.
Well, I think they knew it was coming.
Well, you're watching yourself, watch it in communities.
It's clearly someone that's like seen it before and then is like taking their friend's reaction.
People were like, "No!"
You did that too, right, Tamron?
I went to my feet and screamed out loud, and I couldn't sleep that night. But what I also love about Game of Thrones, Sophie especially, I ask you this, the strong women. I read an article after the first season that said, this show represents the extreme girl power more than any other show.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, the great thing about the writing is that they've written these characters that you don't really get to see, you haven't seen before, because they're so strong and probably the strongest characters in the show.
When you have two dragons, that makes you a pretty bad one.
That makes you probably the coolest character on the show.
So Isaac, for you, your character Bran doesn't walk, and so how does that, as an actor, translate for you?
Well, to be honest, it's not really anything because, I'm lucky enough to be able to get up and walk at the end of the scene. It's not like, I really have to go through this. But I suppose there's no way you can really truly imagine how awful it would be to basically lose the only things that Bran really, really loved. But it's not a challenge.
So, I was going to say, where is the Stark family headed, as we saw after the Red Wedding? I mean, a lot have died.
It seems that they're heading further and further apart now.
Everyone's dead, it seems. Everyone.
Except for the young generation of Stark.
Touched on a number of invitations you sent to the family reunion.
That's basically it. The amount of presents is pretty good.
And speaking of presents, your parents have a presence in your lives. They're, in fact, in the studio. You're being young celebrities and stars. Isaac, aren't you like, what are you? 14. I didn't want to say that. I was going to up you to 18. But okay, you're 14. How do you handle all of this incredible praise from the public, both online and, of course, in person?
I find it just really exciting.
Yeah, we were all on social media, on Twitter and things, and it's so lovely to hear how people, enjoy the show and stuff, and what they have to say about us. It's just fantastic.
And what's nice is there are people who really are hugely passionate about it. It's not like they're just sort of, regular fans. They're really super fans who absolutely love everything about it.
That's an understatement.
All right. Sophie Turner, Maisie Williams, and Isaac Hempstead Wright. Congratulations. Good luck with this season. Season 4 of Game of Thrones premieres April 6th on HBO.